this your Lao Gong? Fix your Lao Gong.
Hi.
All right. What do we feel? Question. What are you feeling? Yes. As Nage.
Sometimes I feel like I can get somewhat of a release going upper body, but still really struggling with the lower body, especially the glute and the calf.
And I do think that comes afterwards. Okay, some other things. Yep.
And so I can feel this tension coming in and trying to release out of it, and feeling it kind of goes and then kind of coming back.
Okay.
And it's a fluctuation.
Okay, and so it's in that upper arm, shoulder area, bicep area. Okay, Maya, are you feeling that too?
Yeah, in my delts especially.
Okay, yeah, in the deltoid. So you're at a later phase where you can relax and release the shoulders, but the lower legs is there. So the first thing, and I agree, the very first place is you have to learn how to release the arms, the upper torso. So let's address that. Okay, so and again, this is a progression drill to cultivate a skill in beginners. It's not necessarily how you do it, and it's definitely not how you would apply it in an application field, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to turn your elbow underneath. Elbow underneath. Don't have the elbow on the side. If you pay attention, when your elbow is on the side, you actually violated the yang line. It's outside your outer rim. It's a very common mistake. This is very comfortable to us, and so we're used to doing that, but you were already wrong, okay? So you turn that elbow underneath. I'm not asking you to drop his hand there. I just make sure the elbow's underneath. You see that? Okay. And now make sure that you keep it in katata dori articulation. Don't come back. So 2 mistakes is your elbow's on the side, you're gonna activate that, just automatically it's gonna happen, okay? And then you come back and your bicep's gonna do it. You combine the 2 and you get 2. Okay, so we are gonna start at the physical level for the person getting going, okay? And your elbow's gonna be underneath, and you're gonna keep the katata dori angle. So he's gonna go, and this is a lot of skeletal alignment. It's fine. As you start to feel, oh, it's going out, I don't know if you can tell, and you just pull it back under. Pull it back under. Pull it back under, and your goal is gonna be, hey, just keep this shape. Keep that shape. Keep that shape. Keep that shape. That's going to be your thing. I don't want you to entertain anything about releasing or anything. You're going to just get skeletal alignment first. Elbow underneath, katata dori angle. So how much do I bend my elbow? That's what you're doing there. Okay, we're here. Get that shape. The next thing you can work on is with the skeletal alignment is the ground vectoring. So you should feel it here. You're gonna feel it on that ground midfoot on the back foot. So as he's pushing the skeletal alignment, you're putting it on the back foot. It's on the back foot. I don't want you bracing anywhere else with your skeletal alignment. Okay, I don't want you in this stance. I have this, and I keep this. Make sure though, because you're going to get a lot of pressure coming into that shoulder, and as you try to get it to your foot, he'll start to rotate you. You see, he's pushing it that way. So keep your shoulders and your hips square to each other. No, don't turn this way because he'll override the torque you're using on your torso. Here, shoulders, hips, almost like I'm sideways. Okay, I do that, elbow underneath, katata dori, midfoot, and as much as he pushes, I never let this happen. Keep the hips and shoulder alignment. He's pushing, and you're just working on these things. Elbow under, katata dori articulation on the elbow, shoulders and hips in a line, and midfoot. That's all you're doing. Okay? You will feel muscle tension, but he won't be able to override you at much higher levels than where you're at. You should not feel this or this though. Okay, let's try that. Try it again. Close your armpit by just turning the elbow. Stay there. I don't want you to turn for. I'm not doing that. Just bring this in more. Now, keep the extension on the elbow. So when you brought it in, your elbow bent more. Keep katata dori. Keep it. And this armpit area should be closed, but don't bend your arm to do it. More extension. More extension. There. Keep it there. Use whatever muscles you have to keep it there. And you drive more, Maya. Drive. You just keep it there. Extension, elbow, extension. Don't let that bicep get activated. And then you do the other side. Extension, just pushing your hand closer to your body. Use your muscles to keep your hand the right distance from it. Midfoot vector on the back foot, shoulders and hips locked. You can drive more. Just keep these tasks. Elbow underneath, shoulders, hips, midfoot on the back foot. So your elbow's bending, stick your hand further out in space. Keep it out there. It's bending. Reach more past the grip. Look past him. And touch my fingers. Touch them. They're right there. There you go. Good. We do it without the imagination trait. Okay. So that's where I start. Using my skeletal line. You are still learning how to get it vector to your foot. It's not being it's not in the alchemical process, but it's still going there. In other words, as he pushes, it's not in my shoulder and going over the top of my foot. You are still learning a skill on the internals, okay? Don't ever get confused though and think, I need to have my elbow under, I'm supposed to have my armpit closed, and I'm supposed to have that articulation angle, degrees of katata. You don't have to. The outer shape is not important, okay? But it gets us as a cultivating tool in the ballpark. And I do learn one skill that I will use continuously, and that is how to take this energy that's going straight over there and re-vector it so that it's going down, okay? And now from there, you start to release the muscle tension that you're using to keep that shape, okay? I task you with the shape, and it's the holding of the form that allows you to practice the releasing of within that form. You have to do both. I give you a shape, and now I tell you keep the shape and don't use muscle tension. Okay? You might not be able to do this today, okay? But others of you can. So the first place I want you to notice is in your currently intuitive understanding, the shape that I asked you to keep and the vectoring that I asked you to do has nothing to do with your hand tension. My hand is on the other side of the engine, you get it? So nothing should fall apart if my hand dies. My hand is not related to this. He's pushing. My hand is not related to what I'm doing. Everything, my wrist, his grip is just floating in space, okay? So that's the first place. I'm going to do everything, get everything where it is, because at the beginning, usually you're like that. You have all that hand tension and went in you. But there's no way that the hand tension has anything to do with anything. So he's going to push really hard. My hand is pretty freaking loose. There's nothing in my hand. Which is why I can keep Laogong. But I don't want you to do Laogong right now because you're doing the Aikido version of it, which is a degeneration. Too much tension. I want you to he's going to push, you're going to do everything, and your hand is very loose. We're dry, buddy. Very loose. I keep the same shape, the same form, the same ground vectoring, and it has nothing to do with what's on the other side of his grip. Okay? Let's try it. Make sense? There's no way whatever you're doing with your hands has any mechanical involvement. Okay, go. Okay, so the bend, extend, got more,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Go back where you were. You. Okay? You can't lose the shape.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, I'm saying.
Okay, and then you go, and my whole hand needs to be loose without losing the shape.
Okay.
You look very uncoordinated.
Yes,
There's a
yes.
lot of tension in there.
Okay.
There's nothing in my fingers, but there's nothing here, and there's nothing here.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Keep the shape, otherwise the contrast doesn't work.
Okay.
Okay, so if I was loose, my hand would go this way too. Your hand's only going here.
Yes.
But it should go, it's just loose. Let go, please. Relax. This is what your hand should look like. Okay?
Yes, I'm saying.
Okay, hold that. However, I don't want you to do the magic trick. So as he's pushing and I go like this, he can't ever get a vector. Do you understand that? So I have to try to keep that line, and then my hand is loose. You see how I try to leave that still? But you can see it's just in that little area going all over the place, okay? This isn't it, go. Okay, it's loose, okay? But don't take away his vector, because then he can't get the power that we want, which is part of the form, okay? Try it again. Losing the elbow bend, come back out. Is the arm tired? Go to the other arm. Fix your head, put it straight. Shoulders and hips, mid-foot, bend your back leg. Don't lose the elbow bend. Extend more, reach your fingers like I had you. Keep your head straight. That's tension in your neck. So you tilt it left or right. It doesn't really matter where you're looking. You should look at him, but don't tilt it left or right.
Okay.
Bend your back leg so we know your ground vectoring. It's losing the elbow bend. You have to keep extending. And go to the other side. Don't do it too long, okay? It's still pretty muscular. Okay, just as we'll move on, and you just have to work there until you get that, okay? I'm doing that, and then the next progression was, hey, take out tension out of the hand. It's not relevant, okay? The next one is, because the hand was not relevant to the form, to the structure I've been tasked with, then I can keep any shape with it. And the shape you want is Lao Gong, okay? And Lao Gong, you can let go. This is Lao Gong. So I'm gonna spread the metacarpals, okay? The fingers are gonna flare, not by me moving the fingers, by me opening the metacarpals. I open them until I feel tension going past the opening of them to the fingers and or to the forearm. And this is Lao Gong. So when he grabs now, I keep Lao Gong because my hand is not relevant to the structure I'm keeping. So I task myself with Lao Gong, okay? He's now driving. I keep the same elbow bend. I keep that elbow underneath, and I'm still on the midfoot, okay? And I don't bring tension into Lao Gong because then it would not be Lao Gong. You understand that? So that would look like this. This is not right, or this, he's squeezing me, and no, that's not Lao Gong. The shape of my hand was not relevant, so I keep Lao Gong. So the feeling in this hand, he's pushing this whole time I'm talking, and the feeling in this hand is exactly the feeling in this hand, as if he's not pushing at all. Okay? All right, let's try it.
Keep these two especially. The only reason they come in is because you're relaxed.
Hi.
But I actually have a shape and an intention there.
Hi.
So careful over here
Hi.
how they come in.
Hi.
Don't let them come in. Better. Too much tension. You see? I don't move those. I move these. Open them. And those stay where they are from me opening them. Don't move these. Okay, stay like that. This hand's not in it. See how they're curling in?
Yes.
Open more. Not your fingers. Open these. And that fingers are where they are.
Wait.
All right, go. Questions?
I heard someone mention that they feel it in their calves. I don't know that I have the awareness in my body to feel it in the calves yet, but I definitely feel it in the swimmer muscle, right in the front of the shin, that mini one. When I start asking for a lot more and get pressed and then have to try to, that's where I feel it and then have to try to release.
Yeah. If you pay attention, I would say it's like from the lower back, the lumbar region down. So it goes through the glutes, through the groins, through the upper legs, through your knee joints, all your lower leg, all the way down to your feet is where the tension is. So we've been, you've been working lately on keeping your metatarsals unflexed, do you see? So your metatarsals are flexing, then the tendons running through the lower leg are tense, okay? So yeah, where you feel the tension is very much related to your awareness of the tension. So the tension's happening. So for example, when your feet were flexing and going all over the place, you really weren't aware of it until relatively recently, do you see? It was doing it all these years, but you weren't aware of it. So you have an awareness level that's feeling it there, but you should know it's from the lumbar region down, okay? And someone might feel it more in the lower legs as opposed to from the lumbar region down. Does that make sense? Okay. So it's all there. Now you just have to work with Where's your awareness? So start there. It's in the lower half of the body. We know that. So you're aware of the one on the front of the lower leg. Okay, start there. You're also aware of the one running through the foot. So start there. And as you get more awareness and you start problematizing that flexion, you're going to see, it's from the lumbar down, because you're going to go from region to region as you get there, okay? So just work from there. Okay? What did you have?
Noticing the sort of down spiraling capacity in any one rep. If the thought came in, oh, I'm not getting it, it became very hard to pull out of that thought and try to get back into the release.
It is. So if you look back at what the teacher said, where should your mind be? Where's my mind? Just today's lesson. Where's my mind?
In the hand and the elbow and the geometry.
Yes, in the form. Do you got it? So don't go outside of that. If you are going for your level, you would have been at the Lao Gong level. Okay? At Maya's level, I just want the first intro. Okay? So you're gonna go Lao Gong, elbow, Katata Dori, articulation angle, midfoot vector, shoulders and hips. And it just cycles through there. If you're cycling through there, there's no room for, I'm not making it. Do you get that? So I just want you to cycle there, okay? If you feel like you're having your partner push harder to test your form, right? It still stays on those things. So let's say worst case scenario, you get knocked over. You shouldn't, you're still thinking, I'm elbow, midfoot. Do you get it? You're not going off on not making it. You just go backwards, and you just keep yourself on there. Okay? Anything else? All right, let's try different partners and go.
Okay. So I start with the intuitive skeletal alignment, but I am ground vectoring. Okay? Now, if you pay attention, as irrelevant as what was on the other side of the grip is, what's in front of the elbow is irrelevant too. Just we think it's not. We think it's not. Okay? Meaning, if my elbow collapsed, no matter how much tension I had out here, he'd get me. Okay? So what we're going to do is your partner's going to help you. So I'll demonstrate how the uke does this. I get him to the last position. So he fixes Lao Gong. Okay? All right, I'm driving. And eventually, I'm going to take the wrist pressure with the other hand. So it's like traded. You see that? Okay. Then I'm going to bring the other hand to the elbow. He's going to leave his elbow in space, exactly where it is. And he's going to slowly bend his arm to give me the pushing ledge on the elbow. And now he can relax the whole of the arm, but I don't want you to undo Lao Gong because Lao Gong is not tension. Okay? And now I'm driving and nothing should change. Drop it. Nothing should change. And then I want you to go back. He's going to extend his arm. Keep that elbow there. And I'm pushing. Nothing should change. Come on. Okay? So it looks like this. I'm going to like this. I have my alignment. He's only not pushing me over because my elbow's not moving over. He slowly starts to trade pressure points and he comes to my elbow now. And then I give him the elbow. He's pushing on the elbow, and then I'm here like this. Nothing's changed. Nothing changed. I don't start going like this like you did. Keep it exactly where it is. I keep the same shape. And we go back to where we came from. And I don't change anything about what I'm doing. Okay? All right, try it.
Don't flare your elbow out. Keep it inside. This the hand comes. Get to her elbow line. And now start relaxing your whole forearm. She'll come back, she'll offer the hand back, and you start taking it. Don't change anything. When you walk back like that, you're taking pressure off, Chris. You see, and you don't want to change your pressure. Not your vector, not your degree, not your amount. And start relaxing that other arm, your elbow's going down. Your elbow's going down. I'll do it again. Okay. So here's that same line. The line that would normally take me over. My elbow's in space. We can go a little quicker so we can. So my elbow's in space. I leave my elbow there. As if my hand was there. You see? When I come back, I don't want to start going like this. You see that? It just stays in space as if I was there. I would prefer you keep Lao Gong because Lao Gong is not tension. But if you need to experiment, remember we did this before we went to Lao Gong. Keep it all relaxed on your disc here. When you're ready, start to put your hand back and he keeps the same pressure and you don't change anything. You go back, boom, boom, pop, 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 pop. Don't let this happen. Also, don't start getting turned in. Keep the same. Shoulder, hips, stays exactly the same. It's very loose. Don't wiggle it so much that he can't get his force vector, but it's loose. Okay, and out it goes. He keeps it, nothing changes. Okay, try it again.
I'm feeling most muscle tension in the upper arm during that transition from katate to giving the elbow, and then coming back again. The tension comes back.
So when you put your forearm back out,
Hi.
where do you feel the tension then?
The upper arm. Like
The upper
here.
arm.
Yes.
Okay, so then that tension was there the whole time.
Hi.
Okay, so that's why you have to do the other drill. You got to get the other drill. Okay? We have different levels here. Does everyone understand that? And so we're progressing. Sooner or later, you're not going to be able to progress. Okay? But you have to get the first skill. Okay? So if I remember, as we were going back through these progressions, I'm reflecting back, you still couldn't keep your elbow in katata dori. Okay? And that's very important because your elbow in katata dori, in the beginning progressions, it was looked at a degree of rotation. But in this progression, since you don't have a forearm, it's looked at as how far away is your elbow from your torso. Do you see that? So as you increase the degrees of rotation in your elbow in the earlier progressions, your elbow is now closer to your body. And because your upper arm is a lever around an axis, the shoulder, it's getting lower, which we corrected on you on the last little coaching, right? I came to you and I said, don't let it go down. It's going down, okay? So you could look at it either way. Don't bring your elbow down. Don't bring your elbow close to your body. Don't increase the degrees of articulation in your elbow. That it's all the same problem, okay? So you need to figure out where is that groove, so to speak, where is that organization that your teacher wants you to be in. Well, the best progression for that is the earlier ones, okay? We are now at a point where you didn't have your elbow where it needs to be, meaning you did not have the prescribed organization, and so now this drill is not doable. So you got to go back, okay? Got it? Everyone understand that? Okay. Any other questions or comments? And there's nothing wrong with those earlier drills. You got to get it. You got to get the skill. But we have other levels here, so we're moving on. Okay?
So here's the thing. If he's pushing, and we come up to the elbow, and we come up to the elbow, and my arm is not holding me in space, then clearly muscle tension was not important in my forearm. Do you understand? It's not important. If you just keep the elbow in space, I just keep the elbow in space. That's what I just proved. Okay? But the same thing, as the elbow is related to the wrist, if my elbow collapses in space, then it's not going to matter how much tension I put in the forearm. The shoulder works the same way. So if the shoulder can't be strong, then the elbow's not strong. You see that? So we'll climb up. Okay? And if you need to, I don't care how relaxed you are, but if you can, lao gong. You keep lao gong because lao gong is relaxed. So we climb up. I'm going to do it a little quickly so the video's not too long. And he'll climb up to the shoulder. And I keep the same feeling. Okay? You can be here, right? You can just relax if you need to relax because the arms are not relevant to what I'm doing. And then we go out, which means I got to refine where it is. And we climb back out. Push, push, push. We climb back out. Okay, I'll do it again as if I started the drill. He's driving. I start to give him the elbow. I give him the elbow. He's driving. I start to give him the shoulder. Nothing changes. He's pushing. Push, 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 push. Everything is just going down. There's no leaning or anything. I'm just here. And then I want you to come up, give him the elbow, keep everything the same, and you come out. I'm doing it faster than y'all want you to do it, and you're back out. Okay? So there's no tension involved. If there was tension, I wouldn't be able to take the arms away. We just we haven't figured that out yet. Okay? But it's the clearest scientific experiment that muscle tension had nothing to do with it in the arm. Had nothing to do with it. There's a structural integrity in the shoulder, obviously, but it's not in the arm. You got that? So just kind of be a kinesiologist or a physiologist right now. Where is the tension that's keeping the shoulder in space? It's not in the upper arm. It's not in the shoulder muscle. It's not in the forearm. It's not in the hand. What's keeping the shoulder in space? Yep, Bao-Ching, you got it. The whole freaking structure here. Got it? So just hold the structure, which is what you were supposed to do here in the beginning. But we were like, nope, it's got to be my hand, it's got to be my forearm, it's got to be my upper arm, it's got to be my outer deltoid. And it's not. It's just my whole body here. Okay? So let's focus on that. I don't want you to give that up yet. Okay? Again, just a beginner drill. I'm not saying that it is that, but that's what we want out of it. Okay? Try it. Okay. Come on this side, Andrew. All right. So in this drill, he's really pushing. Push, 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 push. I'm gonna go a little faster again. Okay. Push, 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 push. Okay. I'm going a little quicker than you are. Okay. Got the idea? Okay. What do you feel as you're doing the drill? Like, just, I don't know what you're gonna say, but just be studious. What do you feel?
Constant pressure.
Okay. You come up. You share your feelings.
Solid.
Okay.
I can't go away from
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. You're gonna come over and you're gonna touch the triceps because that's the extension muscle, right? The triceps. Okay. You're gonna feel how old ladyish I actually feel. Okay. So you're gonna squeeze as we do the drill. You can use two hands. You're not gonna sexually assault me here. Okay. He's pushing. And you see how mushy it is, right?
Yes, I'm
right? It's the same mushy here, do you see? Same exact mushy, okay? I come up, keep mushing me, Andrew. Keep mushing me all over the place. Mushing me all over the place. Mushing on me all over the place. Mushing me all over. Okay? The drill isn't gonna work if I'm That's not the drill, okay? The drill is to get my body mind to realize it's not what I think it is, okay? And so the logic here again is if your hand was able to hold out there, It had nothing to do with tension. And if your wrist is able to hold out there, it had nothing to do with forearm tension. It had to do with structural integrity and space of the elbow. So you could take that away. If I could take it away, then that meant it could have stayed just relaxed. The whole forearm, make it old lady bushy. Okay? And then the same thing, the only reason this is in space is because the shoulder's in space. Got it? Okay? And so, then I can take that away, or we're not going anywhere. And then that would have meant that I don't need upper arm tension, I don't need lower arm tension, I don't need hand tension. Don't think of it past there, because your ego tripartite mind is going to go right back and fuck you all up. Okay? Some other things, for example, if my shoulder is in space, we'll go a little quicker. I'm on my shoulder. Okay, and he's driving. You got it? He's driving. I know, and we're not going to do it tonight, but just want to show you. You're thinking that there's a skeletal alignment. Do you understand? Like you're thinking, I'm sideways to him. But his line is over that shoulder line. So it again doesn't matter if he's somewhere else pushing at an angle. You see that? We're not on the skeletal. Not on the skeletal alignment. And so if I wasn't on the skeletal alignment, he's driving, drive, and I don't even need the skeletal alignment. You could do whatever you want. You can come in the middle, which we already know, right? Same thing. You can take it off. Boom. I don't go, oh! Just hang out. Here, boom. Same thing as I go back, right? Ready? He moves, not me. Okay? So, it's not what we think it is, and this first drill, boom, 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 is a drill to get you out of what you think it is. Okay? Well, a lot of it does have to do with, I just can't get out of thinking what it is. And that's why I want you to just think about what I told you. Okay? Just the elements. Just do the elements. Okay? So when you come back out, obviously, you don't have any arm detents. So push your arm back out without the tension. Okay? Okay? All right. Try it again. Let's pay attention to the coming back out. Don't come back out with the same tension. Come out, easy peasy. Go.
You can speed up our transitions now. Keep the same relaxation with the same shoulder integrity in space. You can start having them drive more. Lower, drop that left shoulder, drop the lat. You try to push homolaterally, Chris. You can transition if you need to, cross-laterally, but push homolaterally. So, homolateral push, you can transition, and now homolateral push on the elbow. Let's go, let's go. Good, and homolateral push on the elbow, on the shoulder. Push, drop the lat. Then back out a little quicker. Stick it out, stick it out, stick it out. And you're still in training. Don't mush on his extension. Okay? Don't try to get out of shit, all right? Press from the floor, Chris. Climb up. Let's go, Ronan. Give him the elbow. Give him the elbow, relax, drop the shoulder, give him the elbow, give him the wrist, Again, same side. Back. Quicker. Quicker. Push. Drive. Good. Stay in space. Stay on the same midfoot vector. Midfoot, midfoot, midfoot. Back midfoot, back midfoot, shoulders in space. Shoulders and hips. You kind of open a little bit. That's for later. There it is. Keep that shoulder there and just extend your arm. There you go.